Hey family, welcome back. Thank you for joining me on this Monday evening. I appreciate you being here. I got something that's been weighing on my heart and my mind, as well as a lot of other viewers. I've had a couple different folks contact me, and I've spoken with a couple folks just randomly. And this just isn't on YouTube, guys. Okay, this is just everyday conversation. You know, um, there's still a lot of folks, and understandably so. I mean, I get it. We have to keep hope alive. Okay, we have to have hope. We have to have faith. We we have to have something to live for. Okay. But what I'm seeing, and what a lot of people are seeing, okay, is that people are putting this hope in the wrong thing, in the wrong people, in the wrong, just all around wrong. And it's hurting a lot of people to see other folks doing this, and it's frustrating a lot of people because as much as we've been through and as much as we've seen in the last almost 2 years, you know, hardcore the last 8 months, almost 9 full months now, is there still people that want to argue about things. Like, there's still so many people that go in chats and comment, and I'm not picking on anybody. I'm not singling anybody out, because honestly, right now, the top of my head, I don't have a good instance. I would have more of a good instance talking about people that I talk to in everyday life. You know, just people on the street or family members, you know, things like that, more than I do. But I do see it a lot on YouTube, okay? People have to stop with the misconception of they can't do that. That's illegal. They can't do that. That's unconstitutional. That goes against our rights. That's not the American way. Folks, I love our country just as much or more than the next guy. But it's become very clear and very apparent that as far as the Constitution and our rights go, with, you know, in the world of politics, the swamp, whatever you want to call them, the Constitution is almost null and void, guys. And that breaks my heart to think that. Because is that true? No. Are they making it true? At a very rapid pace. Because there's certain things that people are going to have to wake up and see and realize that is going to happen. That the law, our rights, the amendments, and the Constitution means diddly squat to our elected officials. There's no good side and bad side. You know, as my friend says, they're both, you know, the same cheat, or both sides of the same rear end. That's it. You know, and it's absolutely right. You know, everybody, excuse me, everybody wants to praise Trump, and, you know, I get it. Trump was a good president. He was. But, and, you know, let Biden take the credit, whatever. Operation Warp Speed, getting this vax out and ready and push, that was Trump. Trump started this whole ball rolling. Now, do I think that the, you know, okay, let's step back for a minute. The folks that I'm referring to are the same ones that said, I don't know, 3 months ago, 4 months ago. I'll be right back, guys. I'm getting a phone call. All right, guys. Sorry about that. That was Mrs. Papa Prepper calling in, checking in from Tennessee. So definitely don't want to miss that phone call. But anyway, as I was saying, if we step back, and the folks that just 3-4 months ago were saying, oh, they can't mandate that jab to go to work. They can't mandate that for people to keep their jobs. There is no way they're going to do that and stop people from going out to eat or going to a movie. Watch them now. What'd they do? Well, in a couple states, several states, big cities, they done just that. You got to have a vaccination card, passport to go out to eat, go to a movie, go to the bar, go to a concert. What'd they just do last week and a half, whatever, 2 weeks ago? Pressing for all they're worth for you to have that jab to make a living. The same thing people said 4 months ago would never happen. They can't do that. It's unconstitutional. It's illegal. OSHA won't stand for that. That's against HIPAA regulations. Well, guess who's right there in their back pocket now? OSHA and the Labor Board. If they get this road up the way they're talking, and OSHA is clearly on board with it, and the Labor Board, it's going to cause a lot of heartache and hardship for a lot of people for something that could never happen. That's why, is this something that I think is going to happen next week, next couple weeks? No, they're going to ride this. They're going to ride this mandate on the workforce as long as they can. They're going to milk it dry, and then they're going to find out that there's a lot of folks that maybe just hated their job or didn't care about their job. Maybe they just, maybe their spouse or their partner or whatever makes a significant amount of money working for a place with 100 or less employees, and they just worked to have fun money. Who cares? I'm out. Or just some people just don't care to be unemployed and do whatever they want all day. I'm out. But here in the next few months, we'll be lucky if we get through all the holidays. And I firmly believe this when I tell you, no jab, no private insurance. No jab, no Medicaid. No jab, no Medicare. No welfare. No EBT. No TANF. No Social Security income. And I believe they will even go after retired federal employees. Be it postal workers, police officers, firefighters, ex-military. I think to keep those pensions or whatever source of income they have, they're going to have to get a jab. And after seeing everything else, they're stepping all over. Because, the government's a lot of things, but they're not stupid. Of course, we say they're stupid and, everything, but they're not stupid. Okay? They will find and step over any tripwire. They'll jump through any loophole. They'll tap dance through every minefield they have to get this done. And, I don't want to hurt feelings. I don't want to squash people's hope. I don't. But you're a fool if you think that they're not going to do it. They're proving time and time and time again, like I said, they're going to do what they want, when they want, however they want. They're above the law now. They've made that very clear. Okay? They robbed an entire nation of an election and got away with it. Scot-free. Of course, there's the people, I think Bear Independent first coined the phrase, are still smoking hopium. And I was one of those people for a couple months. Like, man, this can't happen. There ain't no way there ain't no way this is going to fly. Well, it flew, okay? And there's a lot of people, a lot of sources say you got to believe in the plan, trust the plan. He's coming back. He's still a shot caller. You know what? If he's a shot caller and he's letting all this happen to him, we don't need him. I don't want him back. If he's just laying back and letting all this happen, if he was still in power, to hell with him. We don't need that. And that's not a laugh of, funny. That's a laugh of disbelief that people would actually want him back still if he was still in power. How ignorant would that be? But, I firmly believe that in the next few months, when they milk this employment thing dry, and there's still a lot of unvaccinated people, that'll be their next step. Because they know that if folks have put it off, the older folks, the older generation, if they still have not got that vaccination, most folks that are on Medicaid, Medicare, welfare, the older generations, is because they need to be. Disability, SSI. It's because they need that. They need it to survive. A lot of folks without their Medicaid and, Humana and, everything else, they have to have those medications. And without Medicaid and whatnot, they won't get them. Then what happens? We know the outcome of that route. Or you can take the vaccination, hope you remain healthy, well, as healthy as you were pre-vax, and then the government can take care of you. Which, okay, if it comes to that point, absolutely, people are going to take the jab. And if they're not, bless your heart, you are hardcore. There's no other, and we all, people still believe, like the governor of Florida. Yeah, I believe he's a great man. He's a good guy. DeSantis, however you say his name, and Governor Abbott of Texas. Two great men, but when it comes down to it, they can be gotten rid of. Just think about it. Maybe not, look how many politicians as of late just really dive in and read and research how many politicians are dying in plane crashes, suicide, assassinations, and if you read into their agenda, it's not matching up with what they got going on today. It's not, those people were hindering their agenda moving forward. So you really think a governor's out of reach? And I'm not saying that would be, that's the extreme end of the spectrum. They could do whatever they want. It all revolves right back around to that. They can do what they want. And you're beyond waking up if you don't see that. I don't see how you could be prepared and, be stocking up and stacking and, the way you should be if you still have that amount of hope and faith that something in this political world is going to help us or save us. It's not happening. And if it did, it's no time soon. The only Savior we have right now is our Lord Jesus Christ. He's the only one that can save us right now. And he's clearly not in the best of moods, okay? Because like I've said before, the devil can only do what God allows him to do. There's going to be trials and tribulations, and there's going to be hardships like never seen before. I'm thinking it's pretty rough right now. It's been worse. It has been worse. But I think we're running a close second. I honestly believe with the inflation and, we're heading into a Great Depression. And it's going to be bad. But that's the only Savior I see coming, folks. But, that's, again, This isn't the video for that. And you heard me say just a minute ago, I don't see how you could be prepping, or be prepping like you should, and be stockpiling and trying to ready yourself if you still believe. Like I said, 4 months ago, these people were saying they can't do that to our jobs. They can't stop us from going to the grocery store or the movie theater. Or yep, they can, they will, they did. Okay. So what brings me back around to the prepping aspect of this, and there's plenty of places, okay, plenty of doctor's offices right now already that will refuse you if you're not vaccinated. And hey, great, that is their God-given constitutional right. They've still got that right, as wrong as it may be. It's their private practice, it's their business, that's their call, that's their right. And that's great, they still have that. Like I said, kind of a bad move, but it's still the same token, it's their right. So it's only a matter of time until you want to remain insured through us. You're going to have to take this jab, or like I said, the Medicaid, Medicare, all of that stuff. So to prep for that, you need to be ready to be able to take care as best you can medically for yourself and your family, all your loved ones. It's time to start reading, researching, learning. Prepping is just as much mental and learning and knowledge as it is to run to the store and buy the latest bug out gear, or buy freeze-dried food, and and which is good, don't get me wrong. You gotta have your food, your water. That's like beating a dead horse at this point. Okay, you guys know that. If you're still asking what kind of food do I prep, or what it's probably too late, because the shortages are hitting. They're here. It's not a quick thing. Like Jason over at or the Angry Prepper, I watched his video today. It's a slow burn. Okay, it's not hitting us quick and fast and furious like 2 days everything's gone. It's slowly, and it's hitting the small places first. And I've noticed it here. I don't think there is a small town smaller than mine. We have a Dollar General. That's our claim to fame, and I'm noticing it there. Not a lot of, some like bread, not so much a shortage, but the prices have doubled for a loaf of bread, which it's Wonder Bread, that's what they carry. So there's that. They went almost 2 weeks without a delivery of Pepsi Cola. Coke was there. How ironic. But anyway, even Mandy at her store, Pepsi has been really struggling with delivery drivers. But like the fresh fruit and vegetables they sell down here, it's less than fresh. I mean, I won't buy it anymore. It's nasty. A lot of the spices and like cooking oils and stuff, it's pretty short down there. But like he said, Jason, is it so much food shortage as it is no labor to make the food, to process the food, to deliver the food? I'm kind of getting sidetracked, but that's happening. And if you're not stockpiling, and if you're not in a decent place right now with food and water, you better really step up your game and step it up fast. But what I'm getting at with the whole Medicaid and the health insurance is being sure you can take care of your family medically the best you can. And I'll say it again, knowledge is just as important prep as food and water. And because you're not going to be able to run to the doctor if this happens, and you're that adamant about not taking the shot. You're not going to you're not going to go to the doctor for every little thing. And what I suggest for that is, whatever you can afford, you need to stock up on all the OTC, over-the-counter stuff that you can possibly think of. I'm talking about everything from vitamins to pain relievers, even Orajel for toothaches, all kinds of vitamins, supplements, cough suppressants, Band-Aids, medicated powders, medicated ointments. And I'll say it again, and I'll keep preaching this. Dollar Tree, folks. Dollar Tree, Dollar Tree, Dollar Tree is amazing for medical preps. Now, you're not going to be able to get like trauma pads and stuff like, chest pads and things like that. But, general and advanced first aid, like I said, all kinds of pain relievers, sleep aids, cough suppressants, allergy relief. Dollar Tree's got all of that. Now, it's not going to be the best name brands, and it's not very big quantity. But you go to Walmart and you buy a great big bottle of ibuprofen or the Equate version for like $12. Or you can spend $6 and get 6 100 count bottles and, add them together or whatever you want to do to save space. But what I'm getting at is just for basic first aid and like any kind of cold, flu medicine, Dollar Tree is the way to go. Now, prescription meds, you're going to really have to look into herbal medicines. Even a lot of food has a lot of medicinal purposes, like garlic and onions and things that's good for your heart. There's just different things. That's totally different video, not my expertise at all. Ark Wildman Survival, he's one of the best when it comes to that stuff. So I suggest you check him out. Old Ways Gardening and Prepping, another good channel for the medicinal stuff. But and even aside from that, you're going to want to read up or watch videos and learn how to treat a trauma victim. A gunshot wound, a stab wound, somebody's broke their leg and the bone's sticking out. You're going to have to learn the best way to take care of that on your own. You're going to want to learn how to do the dressings on those, how to apply splints, braces, tourniquets, what the amount of pressure to use on that stuff, how to make that stuff homemade, if you don't have it, how to get the bleeding to stop, which goes along with tourniquets. And you can buy the Stop Bleed at Walmart. It's a powder that slows down and eventually stops the bleeding. How to use a compression seal, that has a vent, so air can't get in the chest but can get out. And I mean, there's so many different things that you need to learn how to do. Set a broken bone as best you can. It's really endless, and I've said this before and I've taken some heat for it, but I have a complete, very, very large variety of sutures and all the tools. I've sewed myself up twice because I had to. Long story, I was younger, stupid, we all got a past. I couldn't go to the doctor, I got in trouble. I had drank a lot. But anyway, because I've said, if my wife's been shot, or my brother-in-law or my sister's been stabbed, or, just Mandy cutting up fruit or vegetables in the kitchen and lays her hand open, we're not going to be able to go to the doctor. You best believe that I'm going to sew her up. It might not be pretty. It's going to leave a scar, but it's better than bleeding out. And I would rather know that if I lost a loved one, I tried everything within my knowledge to save their life, and I just couldn't. I would rather go through and know that than know that I sat here and watched them lay on the floor and bleed out right in front of me without trying to do anything. And if you have any kind of morals at all, you're going to do the same thing. You might say no now, but in that situation, you're absolutely going to do every damn thing you can to save that life. Okay? Now this is a common thing that I thought, I've got notes here, that's why I keep looking down. because I often, well, not often, sometimes I get these because I'm diabetic and I'm overweight. You need to learn how to, because I've went to the ER for this before because it was very severe. You need to learn how to lance and pack cysts, boils, infected hairs. That's like a very common thing that lands people in the doctor's office or the ER that you might not be able to go. I mean, you know, just something that routine, or pulling a tooth, you know, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt like hell. But it's things that we're gonna have to be ready to do. And I think there's a lot of folks that's not. You know how to run an airway, you know, a tube. They have them that go up the nose and down the throat. They have them that go straight down the throat with the pumps. I mean, that's something, and you can order this stuff, folks, anywhere. Any medical supply website, Walmart, Amazon, you know, you can order this stuff everywhere, and it's not expensive. You can buy a skin stapler on Amazon. You know, if you don't want a suture, you can buy a skin stapler. You know, it's amazing the things you can buy. And so many things that could possibly save you or your loved ones' lives that we're not going to be able to have help any other way. You're not going to be able to call 911. I mean, you could possibly call 911, but I can't guarantee you they would treat you once you got there and find out you haven't been vaxxed. You know, if it comes to, you know, when it comes to that, not having Medicaid and insurance and such, they can deny service too. Because at that point, we're basically the lepers. We're the outcasts, the ones in exile that nobody wants to worry about or think about. And like I said, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm not trying to come across as harsh. Well, maybe I'm trying to come across as harsh because it's time. It's time that everybody wakes up and sees that this isn't America anymore. It's not going to go back to being America anymore. This is, as much as I hate the term, this is the new normal. And it's only going to get worse and more abnormal. It's the way it is. And until I see a glimmer of hope, as in the way of relief coming from the elites, my mind's set. You know, I see this stuff happening. I'm not trying to, I say this all the time, I'm not trying to fearmonger. I'm not, you know, shoving fear porn down your throat. I'm keeping it real because I truly care about y'all. You know that. That's why I'm here. You know, I have other things that I could be doing, but I worry about you guys. And I love y'all, and I want to help as much as I can. So with that being said, I'm sorry for any hurt feelings, but we got to get ready, guys. The time is here. It's been here. And now it's, you know, they've already pushed the plunger and the water's swirling. We just haven't went down the drain yet. And I'm not without a fight. I'm not going to just bend and take it just to be able to go to the doctor or, you know, to go see a movie or... I know we can survive. I know we can. And, you know, I did call my work today, and they told me that the owner of the company, come hell or high water, she will fight as long and as hard as she can to protect our rights and not have that jab mandated. And I love them for that, okay? I respect that. I appreciate that. And that's, I mean, I know she has a good sense of, you know, she knows she's doing the right thing. But what I step back and look at it as, okay, that's all great and good. But they've already mandated nursing homes and hospitals to be jabbed, or they will not be reimbursed through Medicaid to pay the staff. That's where our pay comes from. We take care of folks, and our pay comes from reimbursement from Medicaid, Medicare, Humana, whatever the case may be, personal insurance. That's how we get paid. So, I mean, bless their hearts. I truly mean that. But I don't see it. You know, I'm staying optimistic as I can, guys. Okay, I'm not. You know, let's everybody, because everybody's got their own issues. Everybody's dealing with this the best they can. But I'm just, you know, letting you guys know what I'm going through. And it's great that she's going to fight for us. But at the same time, we're the same deal as a nursing home. We're just out in the public. You know, we get paid via Medicaid. That's how it works. So I see that's what's going to happen, is home health care will be mandated just the same as a facility, because we're reimbursed by Medicaid. But I'm hopeful, and I have faith that God will see me through until at least after the new year. Early spring would be amazing, because being unemployed in the middle of the winter it's hard. But if he'll carry me through the winter, I think spring will be okay. But anyway, guys, I've ranted and rambled enough. I'm gonna get off here. But just remember, I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you for being here. 27 minutes into this, thank you for still being here if you are. God bless you all. Take care of yourselves and each other. And it's time to knuckle down, buckle down, and do it, y'all. Get that knowledge in you. You know, hit the cheap stores. You know, like I said, they're not going to be name brands, but you need it in your arsenal. You got to have medicinal arsenal. You know, it don't matter how many firearms, how many freedom seeds, how much food, how much water. You know, it don't matter what you got if you don't have your health. You know, and this lady showed up in Prep Your Soul last night, and that really woke me up, because she said, I was led here by a suggestion, but is this a true prepper channel? Because of course she showed up on Prep Your Soul, and my personal opinion, that's the biggest prep you have, is your soul. You know, I won't change on that. But that really got me thinking, you know, with me and Mandy going through COVID and vacation, and before that I was so focused on trying to take care of my garden and my chickens and provide for, I mean, I totally have let this channel get sidetracked, and I apologize for that. I'm right now working on, you know, getting back on track, producing good content that y'all want to see, helpful content. I'm gonna get back on track, guys. All right, I promise. It's time to quit messing around. You know, I tell you guys to be, and we have been doing the thing, but I've got sidetracked, and helping y'all has kind of fell off, and I apologize. I truly am sorry. But I'm out of here. God bless y'all. I love you guys. Be productive. I'm out.